Hello, everyone. Welcome to our poster. I'm Zeno Pan, assistant professor from Lehigh University. Today, I'm presenting a poster on behalf of my colleague and collaborator on this project, named Exploring Data-Driven Approaches to Visualize Learners' Engagement Profile in Immersive Gameful Experience. Okay, let's get started. As you know, any players or users, when they engage in your VR experience, they generate a large number of behavioral data. For example, they tap, they point, move to the next, they read, they're looking around. Those kinds of behavioral log data are very helpful and valuable for designers and researchers to better understand how users behave or experience or what are their feedback across the entire Gameful VR experience. You know, even though you can always ask about players' experience, perceptions, feedback, or interview them, but as a human being, we cannot memorize every action we did precisely. Well, with the help of advancement technology, especially with the idea of learning analytics, right now we can record, collect, and analyze the user behavior log data, and then to interpret the data, to put them together to better understand the overall behavior pattern or behavior trajectory as users or players go through the entire virtual reality experience. So this poster is basically try to use the behavior log data to generate some visualizations to help us designers and researchers to better understand how users play or engage in the VR in immersive environment you created for them. So the context of this study is that we invited 18 different participants to go through our immersive learning experience. They are from all different backgrounds, and the age range is from 16 to 80. In this VR experience, for example, as you can see the screenshot, users or players will take a virtual kayak, riding down the Lehigh River, and then along the river, along this kayak experience, they will learn lots of historical sites and go through different informations. And then our goal is after this immersive experience, they can have a better understanding of local industrial history. So we compiled all of 18 users user behavior log data, and then which they generated 1,141 actions. We compile those actions into a sequence. For example, just like this example table, user one, you went to narration, you go to the video and exit the video. We collect all of those behavior log data. So each user, each player will have a sequence of all the action they conducted. Using those log data and by applying some visualizing techniques, we were able to create some visualizations. One of the examples of this visualization is this time span aggregated bar chart. Even though the idea of bar chart is very simple, but as you can see, the 18 players or users, they presented drastically different time span or distribution, even though they were going through the same environment. Like this user spent lots of time to explore glossary compared to other users. Well, even the majority of users, they spend a lot of time or a relatively large proportion on narration, but also they varies across different users. Those are general aggregated distribution we visualized. We also visualized individual users progression because this is aggregated. We really want to see how exactly user interacted in our environment. So we also generated a progression of bar chart. We can make this chart bigger so you can see it clearly. So this two progression of bar chart shows the time span for each corresponding activities. As you noticed, that there is a time range for each section, and each color-coded activity represents four important features in the game: narration, video, photo, and glossary. This user, as you can see, spend a lot of time, go through different glossary, try to learn some information and knowledge, versus this user is more like a task, trying to finish all the tasks, then go through different sections regularly. We plan to create this graph for each different users and then to match of those behavioral patterns with their survey outcomes or ideally post-interview. I think this post will provide some ideas how we can better take advantage and manifest the potential of learning analytics or analyze the behavior log data when users engage in a virtual environment, especially in such an enriched learning activity. So in the future, we aim to collect more diverse different kinds of user behavior data and then analyze them and then to create engagement profile for each individual users. I'm happy to provide more details in the post session and feel free to ask me or email me with any questions you have. Thank you very much for listening.